Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a poor couple who longed for a child. After many years, the wife finally became pregnant. One day, she saw a beautiful garden next to their home, filled with the most delicious looking rampions or Rapunzel plants. The garden belonged to a wicked witch named Gothel, who was feared by all. The wife craved the Rapunzel so badly that she grew sick. Seeing her suffer, her husband decided to sneak into the garden at night and steal some for her. He sneaks into the garden, plucks the Rapunzel, and brings it back to his wife. His wife ate the Rapunzel, and it tasted so good that she wanted more. The husband returned to the garden again, but this time the witch caught him. Gothel, in a sinister voice, says, "How dare you steal from my garden? For this you must pay a terrible price." Terrified, the man begged for mercy. Gothel agreed to spare him, but only if he promised to give her the child once it was born. With no choice, the man agreed. The baby girl is born. When the baby girl was born, Gothel took her and named her Rapunzel. She locked Rapunzel in a tall tower deep in the forest with no doors or stairs, only a small window at the top. Rapunzel grows up, her hair growing longer each day as she gazes out of the tower window. As the years passed, Rapunzel grew into a beautiful young woman with long golden hair. Every day, Gothel would visit the tower and call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would lower her long braid out of the window, and Gothel would climb up. One day, a prince was riding through the forest and heard Rapunzel singing. Enchanted by her voice, he followed the sound and found the tower. He watched as Gothel called out and climbed up Rapunzel's hair. The prince waited until Gothel left, and then he approached the tower himself. Prince called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel lowers her hair, and the prince climbs up. Rapunzel was startled to see a stranger, but the prince was kind and gentle. He visited her every day, and soon they fell in love. The prince asked Rapunzel to marry him, and she happily agreed. But their happiness was short-lived. Gothel soon discovered the prince's visits. In a fit of rage, she cut off Rapunzel's hair and banished her to a desolate land far away. Then she waited in the tower to trick the prince. When the prince climbed up the tower, he was met by the wicked witch. Gothel pushed him from the window, and he fell into a thorn bush below, blinding him. The prince wandered the land, searching for Rapunzel. After so many years, he heard a familiar voice and followed it. It was Rapunzel. She was overjoyed to see him, and her tears of happiness fell on his eyes, miraculously healing them. With his sight restored, the prince and Rapunzel returned to his kingdom, where they were married and lived happily ever after. And so, love conquered all, even the darkest of curses.